Hello everyone, this is Tracy Newman from the Navigators Tarot, here to bring you a few readings. I think we'll go into the feminine reading. Beautiful day here. Hear any traffic noise? It's because I live not far from the highway here, a few hectares down the road. Yeah. So, but you can also hear the birds. There's lots of birds here. So let's see what's going on for the feminine. Okay, so any burdens that the feminine is feeling, she's moving out of, coming out of any sort of devil energies that are actually trying to keep her hidden, that are hidden inside. They're starting to come out. She's in a state too of contemplation, nostalgia about the past. There seems to be lots of very nostalgic energies at the moment. They're really prevalent in a lot of people at the moment. We also have no judgment. I think that's what the feminine is beginning to learn. And I feel for the feminine at this time that she's in creating the world that she's about to move into, and that she is moving into, and that she's creating. She's had to leave a lot behind and has to basically watch the old world crumble and fall. But not only that, it's like she's healed just about everything that she could possibly heal. However, she's actually recognized just lately that there is a deeper level of healing that is required of her. It's going to require the feminine to go within and to find the very deepest part of herself that she has not visited or ever really come across before. And this is about judgment and about unconditional love. So it's really about going within, finding where we are judging ourselves and others, and also recognizing that by doing this and moving into these judgment energies, we are not completely and fully in the presence of unconditional love. And so it's going to require even more bravery from the feminine and a deeper level of commitment to healing the self, so that the world around her will be able to change smoothly and smoothly transition into a world of unconditional love, support, compassion, and non-judgment. This is about frequency change. I've said before, frequency is literally everything. And so if you are running at a 3D frequency, it's like the AM station on a radio. And to move, you just have to move the dial. Sometimes you might get static, which is the discord or the anxiety that we feel quite often is literally the static as you're shifting from a lower frequency into a higher frequency. But first, of course, you must go through the static to find the right station. So a lot of us too may also be going through awakening energies that require our attention and deeper healing. And that can sometimes come in the form of a discord type energy, like, as I said, panic attacks, anxiety, depression, that sort of thing. And it's about causing friction, and a discord, but a friction, so that we can somehow move out. And so when that happens, it's sort of like a shifting from, like I said, an AM station to an FM station. But also, while you're trying to find that higher frequency, there's static along the way. And it's moving through that static to get to the ultimate goal, which of course is the right frequency bandwidth to access those higher frequency energies. Hope that makes sense. So yes, the feminine is definitely, yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up for the feminine, and it's required so that she can move past all of this to move into these new earth energies. So it's going to require us and to go within even more deeply than we ever have before. But for those of us who are accustomed to this type of energy work, it's not going to be as hard as what it is for others who are literally starting out on the journey. And that's okay. You know, all of us are at different stages on this journey of awakening, because this is a collective awakening that is happening on the earth plane. But ultimately, it will lead us to much more emotional independent freedom. But of course, we must do this work so that collectively also too, that we can move from toxic energies into more freer, more loving, kind energies of the new world. So there's lots of fertility around, like it's very, very, it's a very fertile time, fecund time for the feminine to do this work. And, you know, there is a propensity for the feminine not to want to do the work, you know, very similar to the masculine at the moment, and not wanting to see or move forward at all. But the only way that the feminine can move forward is literally to go within now and to find the very, very deepest core of self, where she has judged others and also herself, and kept her from really experiencing that unconditional loving energies that are going to move us into these new earth energies. And so that is going to require union within, between the masculine and feminine, the celebration that will move us forward. So feminines, this is how you're feeling, that somehow on some level that, you know, there are only 2 cups that you're focused on that are spilt. Turn around, have a look. There are 3 cups behind you. Maybe part of our awakening process will be that we actually have to take those 2 empty cups from the ground and fill them up ourselves, so that then we can literally have our 5 cups. It's going to require us to go quite deeply into ourselves to find those empty cups and to fill them. It's deep, deep healing, and of course, a higher level of understanding for a lot of us. But we are going to be moving out of these energies once we do and come into the sun energies. Very beautiful, loving energies. But of course, first of all, we must go within. And to go very deeply. Find that core of judgment. Find where we have done that to ourselves and others, and preventing us from experiencing absolute unconditional love for ourselves and others. As I've said all that, the 4 of Cups comes out. It's like the feminine is being given an emotional gift, but she's not really wanting to see it. You know, the feminine's done so much already that the thought of actually having to go and do more deeper work is for her not daunting, just tiring. All of us are tired. But, you know, came onto this earth plane to do this work. So work we must. And most of that work is required on an inner level, because that is the way of the feminine. Yeah. Anything else for the feminine that we need to know? Anything else for the feminine that we need to know? Yep, this is very fertile time for growth. So, and for true independence and freedom and movement forward will lead us to those union energies of love, unconditionally loving energies. And that is a celebration of all of that. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so that's all I have for the feminine. Yeah, it's time to do some work. Okay, bye for now. See you next week.